Hey guys, this is Max. I'm gonna teach you guys about point mutations today. So as you can see here, we're starting out with a regular coding strand of DNA. So mRNA is transcribed using the template strand, which is the opposite of the coding strand. So to get to the mRNA, we can just change every T to a U. We've also translated out all the amino acids that these codons code for up to the stop codon. So to help us understand this a little better, I'm using Lego people. So to help us out understand what a stop codon is, I'm using any kind of monster head or monster body will code for a stop codon. So it'll come in handy later. So there are 4 types of point mutations that we're going to talk about. First one is known as a silent mutation. So a silent mutation is, for example, here in alanine, this U has now changed to an A, which is also known as a transversion, which can be either a purine to a pyrimidine or pyrimidine to a purine. In this case, it was a pyrimidine to a purine. And so as you can see with our Lego guy, his pants are now changed. But he's still producing alanine. So there's been no change in the overall amino acid, even though base changed. In contrast, there's a Missense mutation where the same alanine, but that C has now changed to an A. So with our Lego guy, he is now producing aspartic acid instead of alanine. His job has changed because instead of a businessman, he's a doctor. So you can think about that in terms of that. In each codon, the first 2 base pairs, they cannot be changed without changing the amino acid. But the third guy is known as the wobble configuration. So in some cases, the amino acid can change based on what that wobble configuration turned into, or it can be unchanged as well, because many amino acids can be coded for using this, multiple different codons. So there are 2 different mutations left. They're nonsense and read-through. Those both involve the stop codon. So in this first one, we have a nonsense mutation where this first G in tryptophan here has changed to an A. That is an example of a transition. I also want to mention that this Missense mutation here was from a transversion. Any of these mutations can occur from a transition or a transversion, it doesn't matter. But for this nonsense one, it was a transition from a purine G to a purine A. And here we can see that our little guy here has become ousted as a mummy, so he is now a stop codon. So all this is no longer going to happen. It's going to be a simple 2-sequence amino acid string. And so last guy here we have is a read-through mutation where our stop codon has changed to a regular codon. So here this U has changed to a C, which is another transition from a pyrimidine to a pyrimidine. And so what might happen with that, you might say? So our guy here, our little monster man here, has now changed and become a human. So he now codes for arginine. So because of that, it's no longer a stop. So we can have guys keep going here and keep going with the DNA, the mRNA sequence. So you got proline, you got glycine, and we're gonna have however long it's gonna keep going, as many amino acids it takes until it gets to another stop codon. So that's what happens. It's gonna keep going and going and going until it finds another stop. That's a read-through. So these are the 4 types of point mutations and what they do. Thank you.